Hey y'all, welcome to the Filling Station. It's a new day, another opportunity to either make money in the market or to just learn from the market. But first, y'all, let me go ahead and give my disclaimer. I am not a financial advisor. I just enjoy teaching people how to build generational wealth. And yes, the stock market is just one of those avenues. So this video is for educational purposes only. With that being said, let's get started. We are looking at the VIX, and as you can see, our pre-market high thus far is 1862, and the low, let's say it's around 1805. So we're trading kind of in this zone, right? So I always say, where are the trouble places? Back to the upside, it needs to break back above 1844. If we should break that level, we can retest the 1862. Breaking that level, 1871, again at 1886. And if we should break the 1886, 1905, beyond the 1905 brings us back to where that ATR trailing stop is now, which is around 1909. I would definitely watch that area for the VIX. Now, back to the downside, if by chance we break back under the level of 1817, we could possibly come back and retest this low of 1805. Breaking that level, there's a lot of support here for the VIX. So I would say if we break the, let's say around the 1806, 1805 area, 1803, we could very well come back to the 1790. Breaking that 1790 brings us back to 1755, and again here at 1745. Now, I look at the VIX again only because it gives me an idea of what's going on with the SPY. So we are now looking at the SPY. The SPY closed at 589.49. We closed at 589.49. We've had a pre-market high of 589.61. SPY is trading sideways as we see here. So immediately I go to this area and identify my trouble places. As of now, 588.92 could be a resistance area. If we break that level, 589.46, we could possibly have trouble in that area. And if we break 589.60 area, 589.46 area, 589.61. Let me rephrase that for the SPY. Okay, so if by chance we break above 589.46, we can have trouble here at 589.61, which is the high of this candle here. If we break that level, we can come back to 590.16. If we break the 590.16, 590.34 could be a trouble place, which is our 200 EMA as of now on this 30-minute chart. Now, breaking that level, 590.54, could very well be an issue, which is the ATR trailing stop. In my opinion, that's strong support or resistance. In the market, anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed, right? So if we break the 590.54, again, we could have trouble at 590.89. If we break the 590.89 for the SPY, 591.57 could very well be a trouble place. And breaking that level, we can come all the way back to 592.62. Now, to the downside, there's few layers of support here. So under this level of 588.13, we could very well come back to 587.58, 587.20, 586.67, 586.30, and there's a few layers from there. I would watch under 586.08, and if we break the 586.08, 585.81, and again there's a few layers here, so I would say down to the 585.29. So if you trade the SPY today, I would definitely trade carefully. It seems like we're just moving sideways, and today could be an interesting day, right? So we are now looking at Tesla, and Tesla is also trading in a gathering spot for us. Tesla closed at 394.94. Where are the trouble places? As of now, back to the upside above 397.16. We could very well have trouble here around 398.40. If we break that level, 399.21 or 399.17, if we should break that, $400.63 is our 200 EMA as of now. Now, if we break the $400.63 for Tesla, we could have trouble around 402.03, and if we break that 402.54, could be a trouble place. Breaking that 402.54, 404.80 could be a resistance area for us. Now, if by chance we break that 404.80, we could very well have trouble around 407.89. Those could be areas of resistance for Tesla as of now. Now, to the downside, under 394.18, we could very well find support at 392.73. And if we break that level, 390.81, 384 is our ATR trailing stop, which is very close to the 390.82. So I would, or 390.42, excuse me, 390.42. If we should break that level, we could very well find support at 387.46. Now, if Tesla breaks the 387.46 area, we could very well come back to 384.91. And I say so often, y'all, Tesla normally exceeds its ATR for the day, which is the average true range, but it does what it does. So if you trade Tesla today, trade carefully. We are now looking at AMD. AMD closed at 121.84. As you can see, we have been trading in this little area. Let me see if I can pull it up here. We've been trading in this zone here for, during pre-market. So as of now, I would watch the area of 119.03 as a support area. Resistance is around the 120.03. If we should break that, 120.68, 120.91, 121.12, 120, let's see, 121.46, and again at 121.73, breaking that 121.73, 122.64, 122.87, and if we should break that, we could come all the way back to the 124.47. Now, again, this is our support area. Are we going to hold at this 119.03, which is interesting, right? So if by chance we break that, we can very well continue declining. And I'm not quite sure why my charts look so different today, but I would definitely watch AMD under the 119.03. If we should break that, we can come back and retest the 118.82. And it looks like it wants to decline. So if you trade AMD today, I would say trade carefully, y'all. In the market, I say so often, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Now, let's go to NVIDIA just to see where we are. NVIDIA closed at 140.11. It looks as if it too is this creating a bear flag for us? Are we going to continue to the downside, right? So I would definitely watch the level back to the upside. These are places that I would watch around 138.57. We would definitely need to get back above this 5 EMA at 138.21, knowing that we could possibly have trouble 138.57. If we break that level, we can come back to 139.12, breaking that level 139.58. If we break the 139.58, 139.72, which is really not far away. So I would watch beyond the 139.72. We could possibly have trouble 140.08, and breaking that level 140.25 could be a trouble place for us. So if you trade NVIDIA today, these are areas to the upside that I would watch as a resistance area. Now to the downside, if by chance we break under 137.46, we could possibly have trouble at 137.14. Again here at 136.67. If we break that, 136.42, 136.17, and 135.67. Again, I look at support and resistance on a smaller scale because when I'm in the trade, it kind of helps me to know where my trouble places are. So let's look at Apple today just to see where we are. Apple closed at 242.70. Looks like we made a high here. Is that today? We made a high of 244, which is it got rejected here at this 200 EMA. Again, on this 30-minute chart, we are moving sideways or in a gathering spot, as I like to say, for Apple. As of now, back to the upside, it looks as if we could possibly have trouble again at this 242.71 area. You can see here, this is where price has been before in this area here. So I'm going to try to take that off without, yes. So I would definitely watch Apple above this level of 242.70. If we break the 242.70, 242.96, if we break that, 243.24. And if we should break that, I would watch around 243.45 because this is where the body of the candle is here. So I would watch that area. Breaking that 243.44, 45 area, we can come back to the 244 area, 243.92 area. So those are places as a, for resistance for Apple. Now to the downside, if by chance we break back under, I would say 242.18, we can come back to the 242.02, and if we break that, 241.94, breaking that level, 241.71, 241.50, and if we break the 241.50, I would watch the 240.81 area for Apple. Now, y'all, I say so often that in the market, anything is possible, nothing is guaranteed. Set your stop losses, and once it goes against your why, get out, live to trade another day, right? So we are now looking at Bank of America. Bank of America is an inside day candle, and I like to just give the trigger for those. And when it break beyond this level, which is 46.28, we have an upside target of 46.67. Now to the downside, under 45.69 gives us a downside target of 45.64. And let's see how much BAC, which is Bank of America, normally moves 97 cents per day. And again, that could be in either direction. So I say trade carefully. What's interesting is GameStop is an inside day candle today. It normally moves $1.98 per day. If by chance we break above 33.37, we could very well, the target to the upside is 34.40. Now to the downside, under 32.39 gives us a downside target of 31.69. So if you trade GameStop today, it is an inside day candle. The next one on the list is Microsoft. MSFT, it normally moves about $8.81 per day. And Microsoft, if by chance we break above 427.16, we have 430.97 as the target. Now to the downside, under 421.57 gives us a downside target of, let's see, 420.89. So if you trade Microsoft today, it is an inside day candle. Let's see, Netflix is also an inside day candle. If by chance we break above 886.34, we have an upside target of 888.22. Now to the downside, under 873.03, we have a downside target for Netflix here. Let's see, make sure I get the downside target for Netflix is 867.91, and Netflix normally moves about $21.47. So that's interesting. If you trade Netflix, it is an inside day candle. We're now looking at Oracle, ORCL. It normally moves about $3.62. It is an inside day candle. Above 163.98 gives us an upside target of 166.20. If by chance we break under 161.35, we have a downside target of 161.32, which is not far away. So if you trade ORCL, it is an inside day candle. I say trade carefully. Oxy is an inside day candle. It normally moves about $1.28 per day. Let's see, if by chance we break above 49.09, we have an upside target of, I normally look at the 30-minute chart. Okay, so if it breaks above the level 49.04, we have an upside target of 49.09, which is not that far away. Now to the downside, under 48.31, we have a downside target of 48.05. So Oxy OXY is an inside day candle. I say trade carefully. Walmart is also an inside day candle. It normally moves $1.67. And y'all, I'm so used to looking at the 30-minute chart, I'm going to go back to that. So if by chance Walmart has already broke through the trigger, which was at the 91.86, the target was 91.94. We've made a pre-market high of 92.60. So Walmart has already met that target for the day. Now to the downside, under 90.82 gives us a downside target of 90.47. So Walmart is an inside day candle for today. So I say often, y'all, trade carefully. Anything is possible. Nothing is guaranteed. So back at the SPY, we're still trading sideways, still watching, trading in those zones, y'all. Today should be a very interesting day considering the market was closed on yesterday. I say trade carefully, wait on confirmation, and once it goes against your wide, get out. I hope that everyone have a very profitable and a very, very productive day today. If you could, please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff, because we learn and we grow together. So until next time, y'all, be blessed as well as a blessing unto others.